Hi, Tom from buildcoaching.co.uk. In this video, I'm going to be talking to Marcus Warner, who is a competitive bodybuilder, a great coach. He's coached over 1,000 people in his time, and he's also now a new gym owner. And he took control of a gym just recently and wanted my help to help boost the membership, boost the product offering, and get the right people through the doors. We also talked about his coaching and how to improve his coaching business. And we did all of those things. So watch the video. Hope it gives you some insight and information and maybe some ideas for your own coaching and gym business. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks. Hey, hi Marcus. Thanks for coming on to speak to me today. And we're going to talk about your gym and coaching business, which we've been working on together for about 12 weeks, 13 weeks, something like that.
That's right. Yeah, 3 months.
Cool. Do you want to tell me a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you came to work with me in the first place?
So my name's Marcus. I own a 200-member, 4,000 square foot gym in South Wales, in Newport. I'm also an online coach. I've coached hundreds of people, and I've kind of been doing it for a good couple of years now. So yeah, that's where I'm at before I came to you.
Excellent. So why did you first come to work with me? What was broken that needed a bit of help?
So I think as someone like yourself, you own the gym and also you are a coach. So I needed to really professionalize both those aspects to it. I needed to be able to manage both aspects of it and kind of differentiate them as well. So I think it was definitely the professionalization of the gym, kind of all the back office and back systems things, and also how to promote the gym and increase membership, as is something I've never really done before. I just purchased an already existing gym, haven't been a successful coach. So it was definitely that, really.
Cool. So so when we started working together, what was the gym membership like? How many numbers? What sort of people was it?
So I think we were around about 150, 160. And now 12 weeks on, we're more 190, 200, which is fantastic. So yeah, at the start, you know, the membership had gone down to almost an historic low. So obviously it wasn't in a fantastic place. There's numerous factors for that, but that's where I needed to come back. And it was really about come and work with you to kind of get that understanding how to properly market a gym, balance it alongside coaching, understanding where they kind of gel together sometimes, but also where they need to be different. So yeah, started a place, you know, I think, like I said, we've had a massive increase in membership and a continual increase in membership, and retention has improved as well, which is even better.
Excellent. And how has the sort of the people that are coming into the gym changed?
Yeah, so I when we kind of sat down and spoke first, the gym had traditionally maybe had an image problem, or certainly a defined image. That was probably a bit unfair, but still, it was still the perception. So, you know, obviously these new members, you know, they're on a much more, you know, business-friendly contract for one thing, but also just a lot more females, and the membership has generally come a bit younger, you know, and just a lot more fresh, a lot more welcoming, you know, and things like that. I think it's definitely more that I think it's more representative of the community, you know, where perhaps before it wasn't, you know, it had a certain reputation and a certain market.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, because your gym's got a lot of really good bodybuilding equipment, and sometimes there can be a perception, because actually that's what happened at Ministry. We had people thinking for years it was a bodybuilding only gym,
and this is where I came to you, because like yourself, I was a bodybuilder, so I've almost particularly wanted to come to you because you had that experience of you own the gym, you're a bodybuilder, it must be a bodybuilding gym. Where that isn't the case for Ministry, and it isn't the case for my gym, you know. Exactly. So I definitely wanted your kind of insight and your help and your kind of the things you went through, and that, you know, that's where it's really helped as well, because, you know, as bodybuilders, whether we're former body, you kind of wear your armor on you, don't you? It's like a suit you can't take off. And you know, I just definitely it was something to lean on your experience, having gone through basically a similar sort of journey in that regard, was really helpful.
Excellent. So also we worked on the coaching side of things, because you're a really good prep coach. You coached thousands, I think it's fair to say, people to really good condition. And
Yep.
but we wanted to change the coaching product a little bit. So just run me through how we did that.
So again, it came down to it. You know, I've predominantly coached lifestyle people, but I know I've coached over 1,000 people, and that's within certainly the last 3 years. You know, so I've had a really good success. But the problem was I was kind of stuck. First of all, stuck doing prep coaching, but also at a low price point, very high volume, very time consuming. I felt too much was kind of not system based, you know, in terms of for me. Too much of it was just kind of running on my own bandwidth, and that wasn't good enough. So the reason why I wanted to work with you was to kind of, again, you're someone who used to prep coach people and then decided to stop. And I can remember at the time when you said that, like, you know, and I was like, Christ, why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? You know, So again, it was about that same journey, and I wanted to move it from being a prep coach to build. The lifestyle coaching was always there, but being a more elite, you know, I wanted my pricing and my professionalism and my track record to actually be recognized in terms of my pricing. I don't mean that in an arrogant way, where like I have hundreds of transformations, like legit transformations, lifestyle transformations. Yeah, I'm still half the price of the people who were just starting out.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to move from it being the pricing, the structure, the service to be representative actually of the work I've done. You know, because there was a definite disconnect there.
So how do we change the what we did for the coaching? What do we now put in place?
Yeah, so it's the mindset. Firstly, it's understanding that you're providing value and people will pay for that value and the result. I think that was one of the major things for me. Was I kind of had a negative or mental block, you know, and worrying. So it was definitely that systems in place, just making things that can be automated, making sure it's automated, allowing me to focus on the high value stuff I can give to clients. You know, so that was a definite improvement. How to market things, how to market that specific market, and also to kind of change the tone in my voice online to reflect the fact that, you know, I don't need to, you know, not justify myself, but I just felt, no, this is my price. This is what I do. Yeah. I have a track record to back it up. You can clearly see that. But I think it's just that professionalization, you know, everything from how it looks, how it sounds, how it feels. You know, and weirdly, even though I worked as a copywriter all my life and writing things, you know, I just felt it was kind of bringing it all under one thing and kind of making it, just reflective, I guess, of what I wanted it to be. Yeah, definitely.
And so I think when we started, there was some like, you'd say about 80 clients for prep, and how many clients are there now?
So that was a massive, you know, like any business owner or coach, kind of saying no to clients is a new one, isn't it? And I think that's kind of something we worked on, where as I'm into my 3rd year of being in business, what you say no to actually defines success now. Do you know what I mean? And saying no to prep coaching, which was making me this much for taking this much of my time, do you know what I mean? It was a big mindset shift for me. So I don't really prep anyone. I have a few, less than 5 now, where I was doing 5 a week at shows, going to shows all down the country and everything. And now I'm able to kind of focus on not only what I'm good at, but what I'm a bit more passionate about. And also from a business sense, I wanted to be in a market that's wider, because I do feel my greatest successes, even when it came to the prep coaching, was actually people who walked in as lifestyle people. I fundamentally believe that kind of everyman type of thing. I relate to those people and I'm able to get the best out of them, probably more than maybe elite bodybuilders. Do you know what I mean? I would say it's more in fitting with my personality, more in fitting what I want to do. Also, obviously, and this is why I came to you, because it's about molding that with the gym. You know, what was happening was I felt I had the 2 businesses, and I lazily assumed when I took over the gym, they would just kind of pull it together. But they wasn't. They weren't connected. We're now being that high-end or more high-end kind of lifestyle coach. Gives me that authority with my gym members, who ultimately are more my market. When I was mainly prep coaching, very few of my gym members, the only ones who were my clients, and they joined the gym because I was their coach. And now there isn't many people, and that's not a bad thing, but so it's definitely been that shift to go from having 5 people compete in a week to having fewer than 5 prep clients, but increasing my revenues. You know what I mean? At that
win-win.
time, I couldn't be happier, to be honest.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's been really helpful.
So just one last question. Well, there's 2 questions. So look at where you are now. Where we started. What's been the biggest changes? What's to your life, to your time, all those things? What's the biggest changes in that period?
Very weirdly, because I gave this some thought, actually, because I thought, because we were kind of coming to the end of the 12 weeks, it's been my mindset. I actually feel comfortable being the gym owner. I feel comfortable now. I feel comfortable in my own skin about, no, this is my price. This is fair and reflective and still good value of my skills, my knowledge, and my track record. And like I said, so it's just that, I think, and almost it's professionalizing it. I think I come from a background where my coaching took off in lockdown. I kind of done it piecemeal, and then I kind of, all of a sudden, 18 months later, I was, having the 2 businesses turning over 6 figures, and I'm kind of like, well, hang on, I'm not a very professional here. Just, do you know what I mean? It's like, so just that is that professionalization. And also it's helped me with my professional boundaries. I think a thing I suffered with before was trying to do deals with people, or does that make sense? Where in fact, I've learned under you is you set those professional boundaries, and you're not, like a Dell boy offering deals. People respect that, understand it, and actually value it. Does that make sense? Because if you can't value what you do, how is someone else going to value what you do?
Exactly. The price is the price, and this is the terms of business. So either they want to do that or they don't. Yeah,
and I think that's been the biggest thing. It's kind of feeling a bit more comfortable, because, I, to all intents and purposes, I started off in December 2019 with, I think I had 1 client, online client, and 1 PT client, and then 3 years on, and again, I'm not saying it to be one of those 6-figure fitness business people, but I do have fitness businesses that turn over 6 figures, and I feel like finally I've caught up with that reality in terms of being professional, in terms of my businesses, the way it speaks on social media, in terms of the way I am, in terms of sometimes, like I said, saying no, but also that little bit of distance to respect my, you know what I mean? Just to be more professional, not be just winging it.
Exactly. No, it's good.
That's where it's helped me no end. It's just that professionalism, that mindset. And also just the nuts and bolts, Tom. What's been really handy, if I needed something, or we'll give an example this week, my Stairmaster has got an error code. You were able to find me connections and contacts that I can trust, that can do it. That's worth its weight in gold. I'm sure when you first started the gym, do you know what I mean? It was worth its weight in gold. So that's been really handy as well, whether it be, different services I need to think, just being able to come to you. And that's another thing I just wanted to say really thank you for, was nothing's been too much trouble. It isn't just being an hour call. If I needed to message you at all times of the day, I've always got a timely response. I think, so that's been really helpful. It hasn't felt transactional in any way. It's been effective and helpful outside of, it's not just a call every week,
Thanks. So it's nice of you to say. Okay.
That's appreciated.
Final question.
Okay.
And we didn't script any of these answers, by the way.
No.
I
surprised myself, actually, mate, to be fair.
Okay, so what's the next thing for you? Where are you going with your businesses, the gym and the coaching? What's the next thing to do?
So we batted around some ideas, but definitely I want to move the gym to a stage where I have staff members or staff member. And just kind of bring the gym up. We're nearly at capacity. So we probably will hit it next week.
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic. But also there's a potential to extend the gym. And maybe further down the line, maybe even another gym. You never know.
You're on that headache, mate.
But I know we spoke about this. It's just one of those things gnawing away at me. But definitely, to start to employ someone would be, Christ, that'd be massive. Do you know what I mean? And move forward. But also just increasing revenue. I mean, I think sometimes people that's what it comes down to. And like, since we've been working together, like we just look back, didn't we, through the books, and you know, the gym's making 25% more revenue and profit than it was 3 months ago.
And that's in a quiet time as well.
Right. And that was pre-January, just to be clear. Does that make sense? So, you know, people are telling me, I had all my friends messaging me about, you must be raking it in now it's January. Well, actually, it's probably been quieter than the last few months because it's grown so much, you know? So, you know, for me to do that against that tide of the cost of living crisis and it being November and December, you know, I'm really happy with. So, yeah, plan is to keep growing revenue because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? You know what I mean? I think we can talk about mindset and those things are massively important for me, but it is pounds and pence, you know, when I think, you know, I'd say to anyone who's looking to work with a mentor, such as yourself, is like to have that discussion. And that was the first discussion we had, was in reality, in pounds and pence, what are we looking to achieve here, you know? And we've done that and some, you know? So I think that's what matters in the end, you know?
Awesome. Well, thanks very much, mate. And
no worries.
And I look forward to seeing how MW coaching grows in the future.
Appreciate it, mate.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
So if you got something useful from that video, the main take-homes from what we did together, what me and Marcus did together, was that we didn't do any rapid shifts. We didn't do any massive handbrake turns in his business because that would have been too complicated and too much to implement at once. What we looked at instead was in the short term, the medium term, and the long term. So short term, what can we do straight away to generate a little bit more money and make the business start moving in the right direction? Then we looked at the medium term, how could we improve the product offering so that the product was something that the ideal customer had in mind would actually be attracted to that, and all the marketing and content we put in place for that. And then the long term was how could we improve the business and move it towards this ideal business that you had in mind, this ideal customer you had in mind. So we started off very short-term thinking and moved through, as we did the 12 weeks, into the more long-term strategy. And now Marcus has some ideas to take his business into the future. He will hit his member cap. He will make more money in the next couple of months. And remember, we did all this over 3 months when traditionally for gyms, it's a really quiet time. So he improved his membership by 25% in a traditionally quiet time for gyms. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to accomplish from January onwards when it's traditionally more busy for gyms, and maybe I'll do a catch-up video with him in the future to see how things have changed. As always, thanks for your time, thanks for watching. If you'd like to know a bit more about how I work with people and businesses and people in their gyms and stuff like that, then please just drop me a message and we can have a chat about that. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.